When Lisa Swain, Vicky Myers, asked Carla Connor, Allison King, to marry her in Coronation Street several weeks ago, they both agreed that it wasn't the right time to start thinking about getting married. However, in upcoming episodes, Carla decides that enough time has passed to pop the question herself. Though the couple have had a turbulent few months, they decide to embrace the serenity of life's small pleasures by taking a life drawing class together in next week's scenes. Of course, it isn't long before their peace is shattered by another disaster caused by Betsy Swain, Sidney Martin, who shows Carla a bundle of vest tops she has managed to print the wrong logo on. It seems that Carla has much more pressing issues on her mind than a mix-up at the factory, however, as she later confides in Ryan Prescott, that she is planning to propose to Lisa instead of the off-the-cuff, unplanned nature of Lisa's last proposal. Carla opts to go all out, as she reveals to her nephew that she is awaiting the arrival of an engagement ring. As Lisa observes the conversation, she can't help but wonder what they're whispering about. Later, Lisa brings up the topic of rings to Carla, showing her a website and revealing that she plans to have a ring made for Betsy's 18th birthday, incorporating Becky's fingerprints. By the end of the week, Carla is all set to put her plan in motion as she picks up the delivery of the engagement ring. Rushing to the Rovers, she presents it to Glenda Shuttleworth, Jodie Pranger, and asks her to slip it in Lisa's glass of champagne when she gets there. With everything ready to go, Carla calls Lisa and asks her to join her at the pub, insisting that should meet for a drink. Will Lisa catch on to Carla's secretive behavior and what she's trying to hide? And more importantly, how will she react? When a soap decides to flip an old convention, the woman on one knee, the other stunned, it does more than stage a romantic beat. It asks its audience to reconsider the messy, tender ways people choose to commit to one another after trauma, betrayal, and time. Coronation Street's decision to have Carla Connor, Allison King, prepared to propose to DS Lisa Swain, Vicky Myers, is exactly that kind of moment. Brave, affectionate, and full of narrative possibilities. In this expanded, scene-rich retelling, we trace the emotional geography of their relationship, the practical comedy of life-drawing classes and misprinted vests, and the deeper symbolism of a ring meant to bring family, memory, and future together. The arc is simple but layered. A few weeks earlier, Lisa, still raw from losses and the tangled work-life pressures of police duty, had impulsively offered to marry Carla. The gesture was honest, immediate, and heartfelt, but both women agreed it wasn't the right time. There was grief to process, fractures to repair, and the practicalities of daily life in Weatherfield to navigate. That initial proposal, then, was a statement of intent rather than a promise. It acknowledged a desire for permanence without demanding immediate action. The new episodes pick up on that emotional currency and flip the script. Carla decides that enough time, and enough healing, has passed for her to take the reins. She's not a woman who does half measures. If she's going to propose, she will do it properly, with a ring, a plan, and the kind of theatrical confidence that has made her one of Coronation Street's most complicated and compelling characters. The writers do something smart by anchoring the storyline in a life-drawing class. It's a very public-private, a place where people remove their armor, literally or figuratively, and try, for a few hours, to make sense of form and line. For a couple like Carla and Lisa, whose relationship has been forged in the heat of family drama, grief, and working-class pragmatism, this kind of creative exercise functions as both therapy and intimacy. Scene by scene, the life-drawing session is crafted so it can be comedic and tender in equal measure. Carla, the more practiced social animal, goes into the class with the intention of loosening Lisa up. Lisa, ever the defensive realist, treats it like evidence gathering. Only the object is Carla's softer side. They stand beside each other, charcoal scratching across pages, while the hum of the community center swells around them. It's in the small gestures, Carla passing Lisa a pencil, Lisa hesitating and then smiling, that viewers are reminded why the pairing works. If the life drawing provides quiet, Betsy Swain, Sidney Martin, offers the necessary comic counterpoint. There's a genius to involving Betsy in the story. She's the family's beating heart, and it's walking chaos theory. When she excitedly reveals a batch of vest tops printed with the wrong logo, the factory scene turns into a classic Corey moment. Production line panic, a harassed Carla balancing the books and the brand, and Lisa attempting and failing